What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus ROG Ally gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're gonna check out Persona 3 Portable. And then I think this is where we're gonna stop now that I know that this game basically just text-based 90% of the time, unless you're in a battle. So, no real point in going around on all the computers to do that if it runs as good as it does on the Steam Deck and whatnot. I figure we'll just move on to Atlas Fallen afterwards, and I'll just have to go right back after this and start on the Steam Deck again. But that's why it's charging right now. That way it'll be all ready. But anyway, this thing, for whatever reason, doesn't usually like working with my capture computer. I always try though, because it might work eventually one day again. And if I never try it every time, how will I know when it actually works, right? So I'm gonna try it. If it works, we'll get some screen recorded gameplay and then some camera. But if not, we'll come right over here, look at the settings, and bounce right on into the game. So let's go hop on into it. Well now, let's look at the settings real quick. We're gonna play at 1080p, because it should be able to handle it no problem. Full screen, VSync, because it's limited to the screen's refresh rate anyway, so we put it at 120 because it's 120. On the Steam Deck we did 60 because that's its limit. Why have screen tearing for no reason, right? Especially on a text-based game. But all this is really doing on the text-based game is probably killing us on battery life, but I figure F it, why not? It's 1080p, 120 Hz, might as well use it every once in a while. I'm sure this is another game where it can do it. And here's the rest of the settings. We're doing high, which is the rendering scale 200%, so it's probably above 1080p in all honesty, just like it was above 720p on the Steam Deck. But anyway, now that we've gotten through these small amount of settings, why don't we hop on into the game and we'll see if it can hit that 120 mark all the time or not. Well, here we go.
There you
We're
are.
in the game.
I'm glad that you're okay. The reason I asked you here is because I needed to talk to you. Please, have a seat. Oh, before that, I believe I mentioned him earlier, but this is Akihiko.
How you doing?
Okay, let me start off by asking you this.
What questions do you have for me?
Would you believe me if I said that a day consists of more than 24 hours?
However, you've already experienced this truth firsthand. Do you remember the night you came here? You had to have noticed the signs. The street lights went out, nothing was working, there were coffins everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird.
Feel like you were in a different time? That's the dark hour.
The dark hour, eh?
Between what?
It occurs each night as the clock strikes 12. It'll happen tonight and every night to come.
Normal people don't realize it, since they're all sleeping inside their coffins. But that's not what makes the dark hour so interesting. You saw those creatures. We call them shadows.
Shadows.
They only appear during the dark hour and attack anyone not in a coffin. It's our job to defeat them. Sounds exciting, huh?
It sure does.
Akihiko, why are you always like that? You just got hurt the other day.
Now, he does his work well. Long story short, we're the Specialized Extracurricular Execution Squad. C's for short.
Yeah, I was gonna say, luckily we can shorten that. There's no way I would remember that
But
shit.
in reality, this group, Mitsuru is the leader. I'm the club advisor.
A shadow feeds on the mind of its prey. The victim becomes a living corpse. They're responsible for most of the incidents on the news.
If not
but
all
not
of
all
them.
of them.
Although rare, there are those who can function
And that
during
would
the
be
dark
us.
hour. Some may even awaken to a power. That's
Oh, like me.
Persona. The power you used the other night. The shadows can only be defeated by Persona users. Which means it's all up to you guys. I'm glad you're quick to understand.
What he's trying to say is, we want you to join us. We've prepared an evoker for you. We'd like you to lend us your strength.
Alright.
I was afraid. Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad. Oh, I almost forgot. About your room assignment. Why don't you just stay here, in your current room? I don't know what the holdup is, but I guess it worked out in the end.
Hold up. Wasn't that? Oh, never mind.
Bond. The Fool Arcana. Alright, cool. Yes, it does. So, we need to go and be buddy-buddy with everybody. Because that only makes us stronger, apparently. Oh, seems like it's time for that dark hour.
Hi, how are you? We've met before. Soon, the end will come. I remembered, so I thought I should tell you. The end of everything.
Well, that's not very cool.
But to be honest, I don't really know what it is. Oh, looks like you've awakened to your power. And an unusual power it is. A power that takes many forms, yet is bound by none.
Damn straight.
It may prove to be your salvation. Do you remember when we first met?
Sure do.
I expect you to honor your commitment. I'll be watching you, even if you forget about me. Okay then. See you later.
Alright, see ya. At least it's not major.
Can I have a minute? Come to the lounge when you get back to the dorm. I have something to tell everyone.
Uh-oh.
I'll save the details for later. See.
She's probably busy with things like student council, unlike us.
Ooh, you could
I did sense just a tidbit of some, as it were, hostility.
Well, it's not that I don't like her. She's just...
Going back to the dorms.
Welcome back.
We were waiting for you. There's some...
Huh?
Hey, hurry up.
Hold your horses.
What, Junpei? Why are you here?
This is Junpei Hiyori from Class 2F. He'll be staying here as of today.
He's staying here? You've got to be kidding me.
I bumped into him the other night. He has the potential, but he just awakened to it recently. I told him about us, and he agreed to help.
You have the potential?
For real?
He found me crying like a baby at the convenience store, surrounded by a bunch of coffins. I don't remember much, but man, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people
He
were
said
reacting that
that's,
time.
You know, completely normal in the beginning. Like being confused and not remembering anything. Did you guys know that? Oh, that's good. You should, since you're a Persona user.
Damn straight I am.
But man, I was shocked to find out about you guys. I had no idea. I'm glad I'm not the only one. It could get kind of lonely, you know? I'll bet you're stoked too, right? Having me join?
Huh? Yeah.
Well, enough with the introductions. I think we're about ready.
Alright, what are we ready for? Are we gonna go out and fight some more of those things, hopefully?
Okay, everybody's here. I'd like your undivided attention. For a long time, Mitsuru and Akihiko were the only Persona users we had. But that number recently jumped to 5. Therefore, starting tonight at 12 a.m., I'd like to commence the exploration of Tartarus.
Tartarus? What's that?
Sounds like
You
toothpaste.
haven't seen it, Junpei?
Hmm?
It's no surprise. since it only appears during the dark hour.
The dark hour?
Just
Yes.
like the shadows. And it's the perfect place for us to train.
Heck
You
yeah.
can think of it as a shadow nest.
I want to go and fight shadows. Let's
Their
go.
nest, huh?
But, Senpai, what about your injury?
Since Akihiko hasn't fully recovered yet, he'll only come as far as the entrance.
Yeah, I know.
Relax. I've got your backs.
I'm not so sure about this.
What about you, Mr. Chairman?
Wait, what is the
I'll
chairman
stay
gonna do?
here.
Of course.
As you know, I can't summon a persona.
Alright, well then he'd be more of a hazard
This
to
is
bring
it?
with us. Then we'd have to protect him the whole time. Screw
Why
that.
here?
Just wait a few minutes. It's almost midnight.
Well, that's certainly interesting. Almost looks like a Tower of Babel.
This is Tartarus, the labyrinth that reveals
So
itself
it's a
during the
labyrinth.
Labyrinth? What are you talking about? What happened to our school?
Once the dark hour passes, everything returns to normal.
This is the nest you were talking about? But why? Why do... You don't know either?
No.
No.
I'm sure it's complicated.
Well, maybe now we'll find out. Mitsuru and I have only got... Exciting, isn't it? There has to be some sort of clue in here about the dark hour.
Akihiko, I respect your enthusiasm.
I know, you don't...
I thought he was going to anyway.
But it sure is creepy.
This is only the entrance. The
First we'll have you three get a feel. Why don't you go have a look around?
What? By ourselves?
We're not asking you to go very far, and I'll be feeding you information from here.
We're
Okay.
also going to appoint a leader to make...
For real? One of us?
You're in charge.
Wait,
But he has fought them before.
seriously?
Damn straight I did.
That's true, but there's another reason. You two. Can you summon your persona without any difficulties like he can?
Yeah, of course I can.
I think so.
These are shadows we're talking about here.
Yeah, without your persona,
I'm
you're
aware of
screwed.
that.
All right.
I'm ready.
What's the map?
Oh, looks like we're going to the Velvet Room instead.
I've been waiting for you. The time has the tower.
Alright.
How did it come to be?
And what
For
purpose?
what? Regrettably, you are not yet. That is why. Your power, it's like the number 0. You are able to possess
Oh, cool.
multiple, and when you have
I was hoping I could
defeated
do
your
multiple
enemies,
like in the other
you will
game.
see there may be times when they are difficult to grasp. Your power will grow accordingly. Be sure to keep that in mind. My spec, but please, I'll tell you then about. Until then,
Farewell.
Hey,
Yeah, what's up? Don't tell me you're like that coach. Come on,
Damn
man.
straight. I just fall asleep randomly.
cut him some slack. It,
Well, anyway, I think that's plenty of gameplay, so let's go wrap this video on up. I was hoping to get into some fights, but who knows how much longer they're gonna make me wait before getting to another battle. So, let's just wrap this up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Persona 3 Portable on the Asus Ally, and it played it just fine. Wasn't able to stay at 120 the whole time, but we were still over 100 FPS the whole time, so that's at least good, especially for a majority text-based game with a tiny battle sprinkled in between. So far, I only gotten like one battle in the how long have I played this so far? 48 minutes. So I've only gotten to one battle in 48 minutes of playing. So it's not like, in the beginning anyway, not super battle oriented. I'm sure that'll change once you get into it. You can start doing what you want. They're just trying to get you into the game. It's the beginning after all. It's just not fun for a guy like me trying to get you guys good gameplay. Half the time, the freaking game doesn't like get good until like hours into the game sometimes. But hey, that's neither here nor there. At least you guys saw how it plays. Plays just fine. And I think since this game's basically just text-based, why go any farther than the Ally? And besides, it's got portable in the name. I know my laptop's technically portable, but this thing would be able to play at no problem. I mean, if the Steam Deck and the Ally have no issues, nothing else should either. So I'm just gonna move on to the next game now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.